Hey guys, it's Salem. How are you guys? So I was writing next week's blog, and as I was writing it, so I'm writing about codependency, and so stay tuned for that. But as I was writing it, things like more information started coming to me, right? And I usually use my blog as a reflection, or I use it just as a way to help people learn from what I've experienced and how they can navigate it too, or just to have a different perspective. Like, oh, I didn't think that. I didn't see it that way. So stay tuned for that. I'll be coming out with another video about that. But as I was writing it, my own background about codependency started coming up, and this video really isn't mostly about codependency, but it happened while I was writing the blog. This video is for people who have experienced heartbreak or has endured some type of loss with a significant other, right? And the fact that I can smile through this video, that's how you know it's going to be a really great video, a really great message. And so I'm writing this blog and everything. And then it comes to me to the point that, and then, I'm thinking about a specific person in my past life. And I'm thinking about this specific person, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, if this one person isn't for me, then there's another person out there for me, right? And in that moment, a movie that I've watched, and the movie is called Ghost of Girlfriends Past. And if you never watched the movie, it's a Matthew McConaughey movie. I love this movie. It's based on a guy. He's this player guy, and he's learned from his uncle how to treat women and how to navigate women. And basically, he ends up, I think he hits his head. Oh, he ends up messing up his whole brother's wedding, talking about how he slept with one of her bridesmaids, all of these different things. So he basically brings chaos to the wedding, and they call off the wedding and everything. And some way he ends up, I forgot exactly how, but some way he ends up going back in his past to relive his girlfriends and to see where he keeps fucking up at. So when I'm sitting here writing this, and I'm like, wait, hold on. We do this every time we go into a new relationship. And oh, sorry guys, I got something in my eye. We do this through cycles that we repeat in our life. And so at some point when you're single, at some point when you are you're going through this heartbreak, at some point the grief, you have now accepted that this is what happened. You are single, you are with yourself. Maybe you said, I'm never gonna date again. Maybe you said that I'm just gonna keep trying until I find that right person. Whatever that is for you. Take a moment to reflect and go through your ghost of girlfriends or boyfriends past and see, where am I messing up? Because not just, and it takes two to tango, but you can really start to see, what am I choosing? Where am I, not even that you're messing up, because these are just lessons that you are learning throughout your life, so you can actually get to the one that you are meant to be with, right? So you could start to look at, okay, what is not clicking here? Like, what am I doing wrong? And not saying that you're doing anything wrong, but you're just probably not noticing it, right? So that could be you choosing men who are in chaos, men who like that, who feed on that type of energy, rather than taking a slow partner who is more slower, who communicates more, because it feels so uncomfortable and it makes you feel like, it makes your nervous system scared because you never experienced that before, right? So that's what he ends up basically doing. And his first girlfriend takes him down, Emma Stone, takes him down the road and shows him. And he had his first love, his the girl that he really truly loved, he treated her even like how he treated all the other girls, right? And they never ended up together, but until the end, until they're at the wedding and he finally sees, wow, you've been the one for me in my entire life. And he ends up being able to change that because he finally took the time to really see and change his perspective on how he was addressing relationships in his life. And he saw that, wow, we didn't have a good time. These women hate me. These women did not have a good experience with me. And he started to see that. And as he started to see that, he was able to say, okay, I can't live like this anymore. I'm going to miss out on the best thing in my life. And I just want to say, if you are experiencing this, if you are experiencing a heartbreak, and maybe, the guy broke your heart or the woman broke your heart, and, and now you're like, you're kind of like looking at it. Indulge in yourself, love on yourself, take care of yourself, because who's in that movie? What's not Anne Hathaway? Who's the other one? She looks like her though. She's from 13 going on 30. Oh my God. But basically she plays the character that he ends up falling in love with from childhood. She went about her life. She got engaged to another guy, everything. She went about her life and all of these things. She continued to date. She continued to live her life. Continue to live your life, because that person that you just left, or that person that dumped you, or that person that is no longer in your life, but maybe you just feel like you have some type of attachment, you are codependent on them, right? And not that you are codependent on them, but maybe you have attached a future, a hope, faith that, oh, this person is one day going to change, that this person is one day going to show up for you. Maybe they will, right? Just as he has, but they have to do their own reflection. They have to go through their ghost of girlfriend's past while you go through your ghost of boyfriend's path, right? And vice versa if you want to change, vice versa if you want to change it. But through going through that and you finding who you are, because that is the moment when you are in this process with yourself, right? You're going through this, you're now in a relationship with yourself. You are now reflecting with yourself. You are now telling the truth to yourself that, okay, I cannot continue to navigate relationships this way. So I'm going to make a change. First, by changing your mindset. First, by changing how the way you address or pursue relationships, right, that come forward, knowing who to pursue, learning discernment through that, learning, oh, this person, I don't take you seriously. I am not going to. Knowing who to navigate. And that's you learn that as you continue to spend this time by yourself. And as you continue to learn the truth and who you are with yourself, right? Because if that person doesn't do their own reflection, if they're not on this path with you, right? It is okay. Because guess what? God has someone better for you. He did not leave you here alone. He is helping you as you are navigating through yourself, learning yourself, growing yourself, living your life for you, pursuing. It's another man on the other side that you do not see coming, that you do not see at all, that is too doing the same thing that you are doing. Right? And in some weird coincident type of way that you're going to think that, this can't be. The two meet. Soul to soul. You can recognize it. So, and this is all about fate and divine timing, right? And at the point where you are, and you can finally, when you are done, and God has said, "I have remade you." Right? You hear that? It's in the song Chandler Moore. He says that. Oh my God, what song is it? "Lead Me, Lord." He says how He's the potter. right? God is the potter and you're the clay, and God is molding you. When he is finished molding you into this beautiful vase, into this beautiful vase, so your flowers can bloom out of it, that person is also too being molded on the same frequency as you, because it's not about who the person is. It's not about the outside. It's about the spiritual frequency. It's about the frequency that two people are now able to, like, it's like drawing. It's, and you know, and I'm thinking, like, I'm looking like when they're doing this, what is that? I don't want to say the hospital one. Like, it's like the frequency, like two lightning bolts, just boom, right? That is what happens when you meet this person. That is going to happen when you meet this person, because your frequencies match each other. And the person that you have now left is entering another relationship, doing the same, repeating the same cycles, while you have moved on with your life, have moved forward, have chosen to go into a new direction, and you meet the frequency of the person that you were meant to be. Because when you choose to really love and marry someone, it is not the person. People don't marry the love of their life. They marry the person who matches their frequency, who matches them on that, on the level that they are, right? And that is who you marry. That is who you end up being with. You end up being with the person who matches your frequency. That's why you ever see two people and they kind of look like they're siblings, or they look like, you know, and it's just, it just looks, because they match each other's frequency. It's so weird, but it happens. And that is what's happening. And that is what I just wanted to say this message, because people need to know that. Continue to walk on your own journey. If you are single, just know that you are single for a reason, and it is okay. Learn to love yourself. Learn to indulge in yourself. Learn to be your own best friend, because when that person too is doing the same thing. There is another person out there doing the same exact thing. And when you get to a point where you feel whole and you feel it's not even that you need a person in your life at this point. Maybe you just want the love. Maybe you just have so much love that you want to give love. You are going to meet that person on the frequency that matches you, and you become life partners for the rest of your life. So go through your ghost of girlfriends, boyfriends past, and look at the relationships and look at the cycles and what happened. Who did you choose? Why did I choose them? What did I think? Don't blame yourself. Don't feel guilt. Don't feel shame. And these things are going to happen. And when you do feel the guilt, the shame, or the embarrassment, sometimes we can even be embarrassed by the people that we chose. Because I know I am. I'm embarrassed for the people that I have chosen in the past. And I'm like, what, girl? Who did you think? What? Why would you? What? That's an embarrassment. Like, how dare you put your standards down? Put your standards down for somebody that couldn't even reach your level. Don't lower your standards. Make them higher. Don't, because guess what? Another person on the other side is doing the same thing. You may not know when you're going to meet them, where it's going to happen, but it's just going to be one day. You're going to take a different road, take a different path. Maybe you get stuck in the road. Maybe you lose gas on the middle of the highway, and this person just comes out of nowhere, and the frequency, and it's just boom. I'm telling you, it's the most beautiful thing that can happen. So continue to address your past, reflect, use them as ways, write down your boundaries, write down your non-negotiables, write down your standards so you can implant them into your head. Be mindful when you're out and about and who you are bringing into your energy and bringing into your space, because your body is your home. It's your vessel is your home. Your heart is your home. And when you open that up, you're letting someone into your door. And I don't know about you, but people got to take their shoes off when they come into my home, and they got to know, we ain't just a regular degla schmegla home around here, okay? Like, and you got to let people know. You got to let people know. So, and those are your standards by you letting them know we ain't doing that over here, right? And when you feel that inkling of, okay, this person doesn't match my frequency, so we're going to keep it pushing. Or you can just wait on the one, because I'm telling you, God didn't make you here to just be by yourself. Okay, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, tap in, okay? Reflect, up your standards. Do not settle for less. Do not settle, because I'm telling you, you can, if you, you're gonna see. You come back and tell me now. Come back and tell me what happens when you start to just change, and you start to see, and you start to like, what? You're attracting different, manifesting different men that you never thought that you could end up with. You have ended up with the best one in the world. Well, it's many of them. They're not all the same, right? There's always somebody better. There's always somebody that is working on themselves just like you are. And that is the person and the frequency, and it's too, like, literally, I don't know how to describe it, but I just feel like it's like a rope, and it's slow. The more you work on yourself, the more you're just going to be pulled towards the person that you're meant to be with. And as you continue to, and even, I'm gonna do a different video for the codependency, but you'll see as you continue down how much you no longer depend on on anyone, because you're so implanted in yourself, right? You're so implanted in yourself. You know your truth. You know who you are. You know what you're doing. You know where you're going. You have your blinders on, right? And you're galloping. My little ponies, my magical ponies, y'all are galloping. You know, you're showing off like the horses do when they do their, when they put on their shows. Continue down the road. Okay, guys? So this is the message that I have for you. I hope this video resonated. If it did, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know. Listen, let me know when you meet that frequency, right? And if you are still struggling to, change your mindset, or to, or navigate where you are right now, maybe you are experiencing heartbreak. Maybe you are experiencing, you don't really know how to navigate through the grief of this. You guys can book a session with me. I do a free 15-minute discovery call where you can tell me a little bit about your situation and how we can move forward and how we can help you. You are not alone in this. So the link, the description, in the description box, all the information is down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.